Round 2, you couldn't have scripted a better matchup for the Montreal Canadiens, and I guess for the Boston Bruins as well. We have this original 6 rivalry. We have met in the postseason before. Both teams' leading goal scorers have 4 goals apiece in Tyler Seguin for the Boston Bruins. Su Kai Ming leads the way for the Canadiens through one round. We'll take a look first, real quick, a snapshot at the playoff tree. And this is how things stand after one round of play. We got the battle between Montreal and Boston. On the west side of the bracket, we have the Battle of Alberta, Edmonton and Calgary. They go toe-to-toe in round 2. St. Louis, San Jose, Columbus versus Toronto. The final 8 teams remaining in the playoffs as we get closer and closer to that Stanley Cup final. And a look at the stats of the Boston Bruins, all skaters sorted by points. We'll take a look and see a snapshot of the Bruins lines and D pairs in a moment. Caron, we're familiar. I know who this guy is because of the Flames GM mode. When I was the GM of the Flames, I believe I traded for Jordan Caron out of Boston in that GM mode. He has 2 goals, 10 points so far. Seguin leads the way goal scoring wise. He's actually got a tie for the lead on Boston in 6 games played with Lipsbergs. Is that the name? We'll get to him in a second. Jordan DePape with 5 points. Ben Hanowski, also know about him from the Flames GM mode. He was also on our squad in Calgary. Russ Kobayashi, 86 overall. This is a created player by the game. Yeah, he's 20. Wow. 6th overall in 2018 on an entry-level deal. Played in 164 career games. He has 6 playoff games under his belt. He's getting those under his belt right now. He's 21 years of age, 5'11", 190, 4.5 gold star potential. The future is bright. The ceiling is high for this kid at 86 overall at 21 already. Yeah, he might become a stud. He's already played 2 full NHL seasons. And that's his production so far through one round of the playoffs. This is the name. Lipsbergs just kind of throws me off. I didn't think I was reading that name right. But I'm assuming the pronunciation is right on this as well. He's got 4 goals, and those are all of his points come on goals. Patrice Bergeron, Bergie. How old is Bergie? Okay, he's 35. He probably, how much time on the contract? He has 2 years left. He may play out those 2 years. I mean, if I go back this way, he's played over 1,192 career games to this point in the GM mode. And it's the potential that's the big one for Bergeron, because he's still a 4 white star potential. So it's not looking like it's dropping off anytime soon. He should be able to play into his age 36 season. And I'm curious as well. Let's look at his regular season production as well this most recent year. So he's pretty consistent. Look at this, the last 2 seasons. Pretty consistent guy. He's scoring about close to 15 goals. Keep in mind, he did play 60 games this most recent year. That the Bruins just concluded in the regular season, and his previous playoff production as well. The last time they were in, 10 games played, 4 goals, 6 points for Bergeron. Dougie Hamilton, man, he's been sticking around with the Bruins a lot longer than he did in real life in the GM mode. Luch with 3 goals. Dalton Thrower, so we're going to see Dalton Thrower in this playoffs. Remember, I don't know what season it was. I can't tell you the season. But we traded Thrower to the Bruins. Did we get Marchand in return? Is that how we got Brad Marchand? This will be the battle of those 2 players. Up in your right part of your screen, I was sorting through the contract and all the stats and information up there. So you can go back in time to see all that stuff. There's the stats from the most recent regular season. And it's the plus minus. We don't have advanced analytics in this game, but we can look at the plus minus. And I know this doesn't tell the whole story for any player. But if your plus minus is that far in the negative, not a good sign. I don't know what D pair he's playing on. We're going to find all that information out as we look at the Bruins lines and D pairs. But yes, the return of Dalton Thrower versus his former team as we traded him away a long time ago. Ian Cole, Ryan Pylon, Arvidsson, Johansson, Brassart, Sylvester, Vatanen, down the line we go. All these guys have played games, no points out of any of them. And of course, the goaltending situation, it's still Tuukka Rask. It is still Tuukka Rask, 1.42 GAA, 94.27 save percentage. So I thought Makarov was a very good goaltender for Buffalo. This may be a completely different story as well in Tuukka Rask. 2 years remaining on the contract. I was looking at the age. He's 34, and he's still 4.5 White Star potential. Got plenty of seasons left in him. What was his regular season like? A 2.28 and a 921. Actually, his best regular season in quite some time with the Boston Bruins. So maybe he's just getting finer with age. We'll see what remains for Tuukka Rask on this playoff run. The last time the Bruins were in, he played 10 games in the playoffs with a 2.77 and a 910. I believe, did we play them in that 2018-19 playoffs? I have no idea. We are currently in the 2020-2021 playoffs. I believe we would have played them in those playoffs to answer my own question. But here is the look at the overall lineup for the Bruins right now in the playoffs, and we need to look at injuries as well to make sure they're not missing anyone due to injury. But this is a stacked top six, I can say that for sure. They've got it going on in the top six. It's actually kind of reminds me of our team, although they have the 93 overall Tyler Seguin at first line center. We don't have anything that matches that. Duchesne's not that. How good is Duchesne? Duchesne is an 87, so yeah, we don't have a player that's quite of that caliber, but we have a nice build in our top six. So you can see our top six, and you can see the Bruins' top six. I think Boston does have the better top six just because of Seguin alone, but we're almost like for like in the top six. I do think that they slightly edge us in the top six. It's the depth that's going to be interesting. I think both teams have equally as good bottom six lines. So, I mean, I think you could almost swap bottom six lines, if you will, and neither team would have an advantage in the third and fourth line forward positions. On D, this is the way the Bruins line up on D. Again, they're almost kind of built similarly to us, although we definitely have the better defenseman. Even without Victor Hedman. This is a team that is without Victor Hedman in Montreal. Dalton Thrower is a second pair guy. I thought that would be the case. So he'll be playing second pair minutes along with Dougie Hamilton. The power play and the penalty kill. Obviously, the goaltender is Rask, backed up by Hutchinson. They have two great options in net no matter what. So if Rask has a clunker of a game, I mean, well, we did see in the last series that in game one, the Buffalo Sabres trotted out, oh, I forgot his name already, because Makarov took over the series. I forgot the name of the guy that was, they had their backup goaltender start game one. That's the bottom line. And the last thing we'll look at, injury report. I've shown this already. We're still missing Pulkkinen. We're missing Bigris for the rest of the playoffs. So he's done until American Independence Day. That's how long that elbow surgery is going to keep poor Chris Bigris out of the lineup. So he is a done deal for the whole postseason. And I imagine Pulkkinen and Hedman, maybe if we go to the Stanley Cup final. Boston is missing Pylon, or I'm assuming Pylon is the pronunciation, a defenseman with a sore knee out until May 7. And with that, let's get into the gameplay. Welcome to the rivalry series between the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. It's about to get real. It is perhaps about to get intense. because you can see how unraveled it can get for me when we played the Buffalo Sabres in round 1. I'm a little nervous because, man, on this difficulty, things can very quickly not go my way. The Bruins have a reputation of being the big bad Bruins. They have a really stacked first line. They have an equally as good first line. I honestly think that these two teams, top 6 groups, can go toe-to-toe with each other. And I would say, on paper, obviously, the Bruins do have the better top 6. Marchand is being harassed by his former teammates here. And we're just going to get it back to Brad Marchand. This feed is toward the back door for Pacioretty. The Nets come free. Brad Marchand up to his usual antics, but up against his former team. As well as Dalton Thrower. Now, I don't know what number Dalton Thrower wears. He's on the ice somewhere out here because Dougie Hamilton has taken the ice. And there he is. He has possession of the puck. It looks like he wears 48 here in Boston. Former member of the organization. I don't think he ever got into a game with the Canadiens, so he never played for the Canadiens in this GM mode. But he was a part of our organization at one point in time before I think he ultimately got dealt for Brad Marchand, and that's how Marchand ended up here. The Bruins are already off to a frenzied start on that shift. This is a good time for Marshy to dump it in. Let's go get that puck, but nope. We leave it for Dalton Thrower. It is up to Bergeron at center ice. He should dump this in. The Bruins have nothing here, but he elects to go backwards to Hamilton, who eventually dumps it in from there on the backhand. I hate the bouncing puck on the dump in there, but we've handled it well with great success. Kick it wide to Ming. That'll be a cutback move for Su Kai Ming. Now, I don't really have a whole lot of help here, and there it comes in the form of LeBlanc. Bumped and nudged off the puck. We're going to continue to battle. We're going to draw the game's first power play. It slides through the crease of Tuukka Rask. The game's first power play to the Canadiens. That was such an awkward play, but well done by LeBlanc in the first place to remain in position with his body to stay with that puck, which drew the high stick from Sami Vatanen. He will take a seat in the penalty box. This would be a necessary power play to get us off on a hot start in the game and in the series. So I'm looking for all my options. That was not the one that I wanted. Murphy has it collected by the side of the net, stays with the puck. That loose puck deke actually gets him to some space. Now we can walk the middle. Murphy pulls up, fires. It's into the glove, but I like to see a shot from out there from Ryan Murphy, number 24. He had scored on the power play in the Buffalo series. I don't remember what the goal looked like, but I do remember... Oh, that was deflected, by the way. A deliberate deflection by Stromwall. So it was Malte Stromwall with the deflection. We got a new group of bodies on the ice for this power play. That was a quick change by the assistant coach. We're going to stay with a nice 45-degree cut by Pacioretty. It cannot be held in the zone by Henrik Tamernis. So puck's back up to Pacioretty. And I'm just going to do a windmill. We want to get around the defender. I don't know if that's McQuaid. I didn't actually pay attention to who's on D for the Bruins, believe it or not. I pulled up the lines in the D pair so you could get a good look at it for anyone that wants to see it. So it's in the video that's out of play. But I myself did not pay very close attention to the Bruins lines and D pairs. Not even the top 6. I mean, I know obviously in the top 6 they have Tyler Seguin. They have Patrice Bergeron. And I forgot who else is in the top 6. Well, I know they got Seguin down the middle. They got oh my God, that hit Su Kai Ming in the face. Please be no worse for wear. It's up to Stromwall now. Back to the wall, half wall. We'll put it away toward the point. Swing it over to Subban. I don't like this look here. Down low. I got support. Back to Subban. Yeah, I don't think Carey Price is on the power play. I don't think he's supposed to. I don't think he's going to be able to do much setting up the power play from down there. Stromwall. Pivot move to the interior. Just shoot at that point. Good shot toward the blocker. That was a perfectly placed shot. Ming from the half wall. Down low. Oh, to go off the goaltender. Back up top for PK. Settled by PK. In the zone. Swatted away by Seguin. Taken to the corner. That'll be the end of the power play for the Montreal Canadiens with Sami Vatanen in possession and out of the box for the Boston Bruins. That's flung out to center, knocked down by the aforementioned Vatanen. That'll be hammered along the boards and out of the zone. It should become an icing, in fact. It will. Dougie Hamilton with the touch. So perhaps not my smartest decision there to slap the puck down the rink. I did, in my defense, assume that there would be a winger by the boards on the weak side to help that. Everyone on the ice must stay. That means Su Kai-Ming takes the draw. Opposed, I want to say that's Seguin that took the face-off. It looked like there was a 19 in there for Boston taking the face-off. That'll be kicked to the boards. Perfectly played for Ming. Board played along the half wall from Ming. This will be Tamernis from the point. Shot into his own teammate. I believe it was Ming that caught that one up high. It's not the first puck he's caught up high in this game. I was on the spot with Subban. Oh, it ended up out front. Drop for Tamernis. Headman finds Ming. Ming through the defense. Ming and windmill. Oh my goodness. And almost got around 3 defenders. Remember game 3? The only time in this. Oh, we're going to fight over this. Really? I didn't want this. I just wanted to try to stir up some antics here. Oh, and we're going to throw him with Ian Cole. Oh, Ming is really getting into the action here. He is throwing fists. And how does he lose that fight to Ian Cole? That's not even fair. I guess the fighting category is not Su Kai-Ming's strong suit. So as I was going to say before that fight kicked off, because that was unexpected, the last time we played the Bruins in the playoffs, game 3 of that series, it was played right here in the Bell Center. Su Kai-Ming had one of the filthiest goals. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. He had one of the filthiest goals in that game 3 around, I think, 4 Bruins defenders. It was a crazy goal. That should be clipped on this channel. That goal should absolutely be clipped and shown for all of eternity. That was a poor attempt to retrieve it by Ryan Murphy. The rebound goal for Hanowski, yes. That's almost instantaneous karma for the fight loss right there. Bruins win a fight and they go right down the other way. They get the goal. Seguin creates it with a great shot off the blocker. Hanowski, right place, right time. No defenseman to box out Hanowski, the Bruins forward. Price did as he could to get over in the butterfly on that rebound. So the Bruins take the early lead, off and running in game 1. I wanted it to be us off and running. I wanted us to have that power play goal. And at some point, we'll go on the PK situation. I like our team shorthanded. I do have to say that I think shorthanded, we're one of the most dangerous teams in the whole league. Severson, that was unnecessary for you to do a spin move, breaking the puck out. That was nice. That was a nice play by Sean Monahan. The windmill goes around, but defended well by Dalton Thrower. He's kind of boxed into a situation here, and the situation he's escaped nicely for the time being. Play to Kobayashi by Bergeron. Return pass finds Bergeron. He's going to be elbowed in a legal fashion by PK Subban off that puck. Marchand dump in. We got some speed on this one. And this time, Pacioretty with a retrieval. It kicks around in front. Marchand couldn't make it go. It was flung wide by number 63 of your Canadiens in the feet of Duchesne. That's a nice time to keep the puck alive. Subban lets it go. The shot from the Subanator. Just high over the net. Flung wide to the boards there for Hanowski. He's going to send a headman pass for Tyler Seguin, who is defended well. Hanowski has a good shot on goal. He's threatening to get a multi-goal game this evening. Getting the offense going for the Bruins. Lucic with a big hit on Subban. That was shortly after the miss from Subban on the one-timer. I would expect to see a whole lot more of that from Milan Lucic in this series. That's not the last hit you will see him dish out unless he gets severely injured, and I'm not actually asking for that to happen to Luch here. That was a bad turnover from me. We should have never turned that puck over. Pressure on Vatanen here. I mean, you can almost see where the next pass is going to be. It shouldn't be that hard to defend this breakout. This is a goal. That was kind of filthy. Okay, give it up. That was a really disgusting move. He fooled everybody in the arena, and poor Carey Price. Jordan DePape. Is this a fourth liner? Where was DePape playing in the lineup? He's definitely bottom 6. Look at this. He faked and spun it on the backhand. He faked like he was going to go forehand, and he spun around. He twirled on the backhand. Found a wide open cage to score into. So now I may have to change the way that I'm playing this game, especially defensively. The whole team's on our heels right now. Kohlberg looking to go wide with it. The problem is we got no friends to help us out. There it is from Jordan Weston, D to D. That'd be a good time for a goal here if Ryan Murphy could help us out, get some offense from the defense. I don't want to be limited to getting offense from the D most of the game or the series. But it kind of looks like that's what the option is now. Of course, there's no winger on the weak side. I don't know why I tried the weak side breakout. Shot, big rebound, pops up in front of Price. Probably would have been wise, perhaps, to take a whistle on that situation. Kohlberg, we can just get our move around. That's one move. That's a second move. Just keep going. Just keep going, son. Backhander tried on Tuukka Rask and was saved. Denied by the Bruins netminder. Pressure on Sylvester. He's going to get a breakout pass. It finds Caron neatly at center ice. We're all over the place trying to get collected to defend this breakout. Look at these passes between the Bruins. What the hell is this? Strange, wacky-ass type of breakout. It's going to work for Bergeron. He's going to cut to the middle, shoot, blocker side on Subban, or on Price on Subban. Puck needs to be flung down the rink. It's going to make it for an icing. It is not. Icing waved off at the last possible moment. Tamernis keeps it in. He's going to be nudged. Got to go D to D here. And you can see what I mean. The only offense I can find maybe it's to just pass it into Tuukka Rask. That's a tripping penalty. Oh, I'm flustered with this game. There's nothing that we can do to get to the interior. Everything is kept to the perimeter offensively for my team right now. You can kind of see where the only available option that I can find is the blue line, the point. Now, I don't have a problem with having a perimeter-based offense and shooting from the point every here and there, but it should not be the primary source of your offense. If that had gone, that would be perhaps the end of the night for Carey Price. We got to clean up our tune on defense. We need to get this Ming. That's one move. Ming is, I told you, I feel good about the team shorthanded. Ming is always a threat shorthanded. So is LeBlanc. These two are quite the connection. We're going to play that into an area at center ice where Thrower will collide with Ming. He'll skate it in, run into PK Subban, and that's truly the best, one of the best defensemen on the ice in PK Subban. You can learn a lot from him, Dalton Thrower. You have no idea who you're messing with. Ming shoots up high and caught the shoulder of Tuukka Rask. We got to just play it down low, make the wise play here. Tamernis is up deep in the offensive zone from the defense. That's an aggressive play from a defenseman. Eller, pressure on Thrower. He's been thrashed about for the second time in this period. There's a good stick on it. Saucered into an area for Matt Duchene. Made one guy miss, but it was the second stick check that disrupted that play from Matt Duchene. Made that a little more complicated than it perhaps should have been for Matt Duchene. Eller twirls, shoots, and fires wide of the net. Pressure is now on Kobayashi, who's going to take a penalty. It looks like it could be interference. I don't know what the call is because they cut away from the referee at the last second. I'm going to look at this. Yep. It was a hit from Caron, and it is, in fact, an interference. Duchene draws the penalty. He'd never possessed the puck. We will get a power play. It's 3 seconds of 4-on-4. So ideally, we win the faceoff, which, nope, didn't happen. Cleared instantaneously by Ian Cole, but out of the box is Brad Marchand, and looking to lead the charge for the Canadiens power play. Drop from Monahan. And from here, we can go with it to Marchand. Trying to get the setup here. Murphy. Oh, that's going to go cross rink. Murphy on a tee. Shot whacked quite literally out of the air by Tuukka Rask. Flung down the rink by the Boston Bruins. So the penalty killer's doing the work for Boston right now. Into center ice. Stromwall. Drop pass. We love our drop passes here in Montreal. Another one. Murphy keeps it just inside the zone. That'll be a shot. And not a bad one at all. Duchene scores on the rebound off the Ryan Murphy blast. And it's not necessarily such a bad thing to have a perimeter offense when you have a defenseman like Ryan Murphy. If there was one thing that I saw in Ryan Murphy in the offseason, I think I pointed this out, is he does have a high offensive category. Look at Duchene trying to baseball style this out of the air. Like this is the World Series and not the Stanley Cup playoffs. If there's one thing I pointed out about Duchene, it's the shooting category. He has a 5-star, I think it's a 5-star shooting category. And I know he didn't score the goal off that shot, but the point is he made that happen with a good slap shot on the net. And he can do things from the D. We've witnessed it in this playoff run that we're on right now. You got to help out your goalie here. Price is wise to melt this down. So I'm going to go ahead and go collapsing D, and I'm going to go normal defensive pressure because what we're doing defensively is not working to my liking. We're kind of hanging Price out to dry a little bit in this game. I don't like the way we're playing this game in our own zone specifically. We're not playing awful in the attacking zone. It could be better in the attacking zone, but we need to start defending better. We need to close off the middle of the ice and the area in front of the net. Dalton Thrower has brought this in offside. You are going to make a quick enemy out of me, Dalton Thrower. I'm sure that he has a lot that he would like to prove to this Canadiens organization because of the fact that we did indeed trade him away. I would rather board pin this and just get out of the period, and we will, in fact, get out of the period. And yeah, they cannot touch that for icing. The horn has sounded. I mean, a nice resolve to find the power play goal at the end of the period. That definitely takes a huge monkey off the shoulders before we go into intermission. We needed that goal in the biggest of ways. It just makes it a 1-goal deficit instead of going down 2-0 into the intermission. I can't exaggerate how massive that is for this Canadian squad, but we got to tighten it up in front of poor Carey Price. We're keeping the game close. Both teams have an exact 11 shots on goal. The problem for us is we've let 2 already get past our goaltender in period number 1. So I mentioned a lot of times dump and chase. I think we should try a little bit more of that. We always, if you win the faceoff at center ice, I always like to just have the defenseman just dump it right back in. And we may, in fact, I'm in a tough spot here. I just got to play it out to center ice. And will that become an icing indeed? No, it will not. Good forecheck from Duchesne. Yeah, from Duchesne. He spins off that contact from Vatanen. You got support from Marchand, who's got support from Duchesne. And now Duchesne has to beat his man one-on-one. And Duchesne will try and go short side. I don't know how Rask made the save. There was so much net available for the Canadiens captain. But what a good shift to open this second period from that first line and the Canadiens captain, Matt Duchesne. Su Kai Ming, second line on the ice, opposed by Bergeron in the dot, playing on the second line for the Bruins at center. That's a good matchup of 2 good centers. But you got the veteran experience in Patrice Bergeron on the Bruins side of things. You got the not as much veteran experience, but you got plenty of experience in Su Kai Ming to this point in the GM mode. Back to the point, Dalton Thrower just throws it on the net just to test Carey Price some more. So we've shown that we have a perimeter-based offense, but they show that they can get it too. That's high off the glass. Dumoulin, we got to play it out to center. LeBlanc can gather from there. LeBlanc, a spinny inside-out move, trying to hit Stromall back door. Boy, did Tuukka Rask have a bit of a panic attack right there. And that's the other thing that I haven't pointed out about this series is the goaltending matchup. We got 2 masterclass goaltenders in the goal creases for these 2 squads going into this playoff round. I could not make the breakout pass happen there with Stromall. He was slow to it. This time it'll get up to Stromall. Should be dumped in from the red line. Unfortunately, no one hitting the line with speed there for the Canadiens, so their forecheck is pretty much useless on this possession. We'll see if we can force Boston to dump. That'll be a turnover. Eller got to saucer that into center ice. They're harassing me. Kamayev just brought it in offside. You can see that we are confined to a very small amount of space out there. Thrower, you got to work on your shooting accuracy. Maybe that's why we traded you. We know you can't shoot the puck. We knew it. We had the scouting report all along. I was hoping when I made the trade, I was like, well, I don't want it to be... I don't remember if I felt at the time that the trade we made with Boston was lopsided, but I remember saying that at some point, the trade of Thrower to Boston is going to pay off for the Bruins. It's just a matter of when and not a matter of if. And I mean, he's grown nicely. We've seen it in the team previews before we started this series. Wow, Marchand almost scored on a dump in on his former teammate Tuukka Rask. But I knew that Thrower eventually, I knew he would grow. It just took him a while to get there. And now he's a solid defenseman. Isn't he 83 overall? I mean, that's a decent defenseman on your second pair. Forms a nice top 6. Unfortunate play for Ryan Murphy there. But I don't know how that's an icing because Murphy swatted that puck down here. Not the Bruins player. That's not an icing in my opinion. I don't know who got the better of Ryan Murphy on this play, but that was a really nice play by number 72. We can't make mistakes with the puck like that on the blue line. So, yep, he's going to get right on Murphy again. And that nightmare continues for number 24 in a Canadian sweater. And Murphy stays on the ice. If anything, we need to just get the win and dump the puck in here, go chase it down on a forechecking situation. We, of course, lose that faceoff to Patrice Bergeron. Well, are you taking him? Okay, figure it out. Lars Eller. I'm going to put pressure on here with Hjalmarsson on the point guy. They funnel it down low for Eller, but it hops past Eller. He could not knock it down. Back to the point. Thrower blocked again in front. He loves to shoot the puck, but it's a shame for him that he can't hit the net. And we just scooped that one back out to center ice. Pressure is on Dougie Hamilton. It's created a turnover. You got to go 5-hole. We tried with Lars Eller. Pressure on Caron. Good forecheck from Eller, knocking the stick out of the hands of Caron. He needs to hold that stick a little bit tighter. Up to Kobayashi. He's a one-man effort here. One-man show, but it's back to DePape. Has a goal in this game. Subban under pressure, and it's airlifted back to center, where we can harass Sammy Vatanen here. He'll dump it in, but not without getting involved in a collision there at center ice. There's the stick check. Severson. Subban helps out Severson. Subban's going to draw a penalty. It's a hard saucer pass up the rink to Kohlberg. He goes between the legs, and it slides off the stick blade into Tuukka Rask. He'll cover to DePape. Going to the box. It's a hook drawn by PK Subban. Power play's been good tonight. It's been very... I like to make sure that the power play is patient, and it has been patient tonight. It has a goal on 7 shots. We're primarily just looking for quality. It's not all about quantity of opportunity on the power play. We're looking for the best quality chance. Subban down low. Pacioretty. You got to try to rip that thing. Duchesne has the rebound. Now Pacioretty helps out Duchesne. We're going to go back up top to Subban. The shot should come from there. There's a rebound, which is how Duchesne scored on the power play on the lone goal of the night for the Canadiens. I think we should try our hand. I know we've played 30 seconds of this power play. I think we should try our hand at Ryan Murphy on the ice. But it was Duchesne with the deflection here. Subban with the initial shot. We know we have the big bomb blast from PK Subban on the blue line. I think we should use it. It is 1 to Ryan Murphy. He's going to get some space for himself. So the face-off 1 to Murphy. We're going to shoot low. That'll hit the pad of Tuukka Rask. Now back up top for Stromwall. We can feed it down low. Eller. I have it on the back door. It was just underneath the stick blade, I believe, of Su Kai Ming. He missed his one-timer, sitting in what I would call the bumper position. Although in this game there isn't really a guy that plays the true bumper position, but that's fine enough for me. We're running an umbrella anyway. We're not even running a power play that would use a bumper position. Can you get the puck, Eller? D-to-D. And right at the center, someone took a spill. Was that Eller? Ming, toe drag around, drop pass, finds Kamayev, but the shot would not work. The stick did not fail him. I was going to say the stick failed him, but it did not fail him. Got to work this power play. I see it through the seam. It's going to get knocked down by a Bruin stick in the way. The power play is seeing its time expire for the Canadiens. That'll be it. Knocked down, and then on a change, big collision happens by the bench. Sagan is sprung free off of that. Excellent back check by this unnamed player. It's Ryan Murphy with a great back check, so he can kind of do it all. He can play all ends of the rink. I mean, he should be able to. He is a defenseman after all. I knew we were going to get board pinned. There was no point in getting optimistic with that play. And it's out of reach for both Canadiens players, Pacioretty and LeBlanc, by the boards there, as it is skated away by McQuaid. Knocked down in the feet. Go get that, Pacioretty. Pressure on Cole. DePape sent up for Lucic. I knew he was going to try to hit his teammate forward. No, he's not. Now he finds Sagan. Back from McQuaid. Off the face of a poor Habs player in the neutral ice. Dumped in on the backhand. This is a forward retrieving, isn't it? Yes, this is Eller retrieving for the Canadiens. Dropped for Holland, a little behind Holland, which might force our hand. We'll just push this to the outside. I didn't want to dump that in if I didn't have to. Toward the back door, that's a wide open look for Sean Monahan. We are tied at 2. Nice play it started by the half wall from Holland. We were slow with that entry, but I did enough to avoid the body check of Thrower or the stick check, however he wanted to play that. Wide open on the back. I mean, not even wide open. We still had to make a perfect pass underneath the stick of Sylvester to find the stick blade of Monahan on the back door. I was seeking that backdoor play. I got it. The game is now even at 2, so we got a new hockey game, and we can kind of reset ourselves now. I like it because we got momentum. We feel good in this game. I can kind of start playing more the way that I want to. That's the one thing. It's just one game. So, I mean, I'm sure that the Bruins AI team will make an adjustment as this series continues going on. That's what the Sabres did in the first round, is they made adjustments as we played. But I feel like I haven't been disrupted all that much by the Bruins from playing the way that I want to so far. That was such a dangerous handle because I had it right in the goal crease. I did not mean to do that. Maybe I did. Tuukka Rask, delay of game. What? I don't know how the physics work on that. He basically contorted his body to make that play. I failed to whack at the puck with LeBlanc. Get sticks on the ice and in the lane when you're back checking at all times. I'm going to wrap this along the boards. You just got to be there for that rim play. Back to the point. Shot deflection cradled by Price. 4:50 to go in the period. A dangerous deflection chance for Boston. That's part of the philosophy of shooting it from the blue line as well. Screens and deflections come into play more than a clean shot does. It's more often than not that deflection that will beat the goaltender, not so much a clean shot from the blue line. I mean, I'm not saying that a clean shot can't beat the goaltender from the blue line in this game, but it's very rare that it does happen. I'm looking for a teammate. I got no one on the outlet. We may be best to just dump this with the defenseman himself, like we did here with Ryan Murphy, and then we just get in on that forechecking action. We temporarily had the puck. Defense on Arvidsson is got to be crystal clear here. Get it, Duchesne. That was poorly played by Duchesne. You should have got to that puck. Blocked down by Marchand. To Pape, looking to be dangerous as ever in this game. There's a short side bid turned aside by Price. We worked hard to get this game tied. Let's not give it away here. We're offside, but you've been dangled. It doesn't matter because you were offside. Duchesne was about to set up a nice play there, but unfortunately, somebody could not stay on side. Dangerous short side try. I know that Price has brain melters. He has games where it's like his brain just melts on some of these shots where the puck just goes in and it shouldn't anyway. But you got to trust that Carey Price can make the save on that type of play. You got to have that full faith in him that he's focused and dialed in, ready to make that save. Shot from the blue line, caught and snugged down by Price. We got to skate this puck out up to center ice. I'm going to play this off the glass and in. That will control the dump in better for the forecheckers, and indeed has for Lars Eller. If we can feed in front, Jomerson, I believe, has gone 5-hole with a goal. How about that effort? That starts with a dump in, retrieval, staying with the puck by Lars Eller. My third line center sends it in front. Look at me, even stick lifted the defender. Feeds it in front. I want one more look. This did indeed go 5-hole. This is a perfect camera angle. Yes, it did. 5-hole on Rask. I wasn't really seeking out any specific place to shoot on the goaltender. I just wanted to go low to high with that feed. And the Canadiens have found their way into the lead for the first time in the game and, of course, in the series, being that this is game one. Let's slow Lucic down. He's not the fastest player on the ice. Oh, just wide at Price. That'll be LeBlanc looking for a saucer pass into neutral territory for Dalton Thrower. He's going to skate it. He might skate himself into trouble. Off the boards, always looking for that rim play on the zone exit. Penalty coming up behind the scenes. It's a 2-minute minor for charging Tyler Seguin. That's kind of a close one. That's a borderline play for me. I didn't think that was the most egregious penalty. He did come from a bit of a ways. He took quite a few steps into that body check, but this is your golden opportunity. Make these guys pay. Yep, that was a good try. Deflection, shot from Subban, deflection. I don't know who had the deflection. It happened so quickly. Dougie? Did Dougie Hamilton just come in on the forecheck and knock the net off? Or was that Bergeron? I believe that maybe that was Bergeron. I saw somebody with what looked like a 27, but I think it's 37 Bergeron that knocked the net free as I was retrieving it. In fact, it works out for him. He gets a D-zone face-off for the Canadiens, an offensive zone face-off for his team, and more time killed for the Bruins. In fact, more time spent attacking for the Bruins on this Canadiens power play. That's a broken twig for Tamernis. Now we got a soccer style this one. A penalty taken by Duchesne. AI controlled Duchesne, by the way. He'll take a charging penalty himself, which negates the Tyler Seguin penalty. Again, both of these charging penalties have just been soft calls on the ice by the officials. Two really bad calls. Number one, I didn't see exactly how the Seguin penalty. We're getting scored on here, aren't we? Pressure on Hanowski. We're 4-on-4, by the way. I mean, I would feel like that much is obvious. Yeah, we just got to float it. We will end the second period in possession and flinging the puck down the rink, much the same way we ended the first. This time we end up in the lead by 1 goal instead of trailing by 1 goal. But we will have a penalty to kill off because of that man you saw on the replay there, Matt Duchesne, taking a charging penalty of his own. I believe when we return to play, we'll still be at 4-on-4, but that's the goal that's gotten it done. Habs in the lead after 40 minutes. Keep the pressure on, and being in the lead, we can take solace in the fact that we have control of the game, and having that lead on the scoreboard for me mentally makes a big difference. We can dump the puck in, we can chip the puck in, we can play the game that we want to play. Make the Bruins chase the game. They already are chasing the game. Make them chase the entire rest of this game. And we're on the right side of the puck there with PK. Stay on side for me, Eller, but he didn't listen. Just keep the same group of people on the ice. There's no point in changing anyone. We barely did anything on that possession. I believe the Bruins have changed their bodies. I think they put a different group of people on the ice. I almost said a different pairing, but there's more than a pair on the ice for the Bruins right now. There always will be in the game of hockey. At a minimum, there will be a trio on the ice. And at a maximum, there will be whatever 6 is. 6 skaters, that is. Good pressure. Yep. Is it really that easy? Is it really that easy? That was, I mean, that looked so clean. No problem. I'm just going to put pressure on. Sean Monahan's had a game. He puts pressure on with the forecheck. Turnover by Hamilton. Slides it over to Pacioretty. Insta release on the shot by Pacioretty. No time for Tuukka Rask to react. And I'm guessing maybe he wasn't expecting such a bad turnover by his teammates, but it was Monahan on the spot. I told you, Sean Monahan's playing a good little game here. Bad turnover to Tyler Seguin. T-Segs, skate to stick move, down for Lucic Hanowski, who's hunting for it again. Knocked down Lucic. The puck fumbles around for both teams. Thrower has no choice but to send it back in. That's the end of the Bruins power play opportunity. An opportunity wasted. Ming, 1 move. You got to, oh my God, Ming, you can't be turning it over to a guy that was a bum and was traded out of this organization. Oh God, Terminus. What in the world is Lucic doing with it? Going a little bit around the world with it. Pressure on Thrower. Thrower on the net, saved by Price. Wow, that went 5-hole. He just got it sealed in time. You know, I started slashing people after the whistle, looked up, realized Lucic is on the ice. I don't know that anyone on our squad wants anything to do with a fight with Milan Lucic at this stage of the series. It's game 1. There's plenty of games to get pissed off with number 17 on the Bruins. I'd figure with the 2-goal lead on the board, we've gotten under their skin plenty. Oh my, make that a 1-goal lead. Caron from downtown. Clean on the netminder. A screen definitely played a factor in this goal. Here's the replay. Perfect sauce. God, what sauce by the computer team. How many bodies in front? A lot of bodies in front. I had control of Damon Severson. Pacioretty went to be a second goaltender behind Price. How well did that work out for you? I had Severson. I wanted to go down on one knee and get out of the way so I didn't screen Price too bad, and also tried to block it by taking away the lower part of that shot. But that was just a really perfectly placed shot. Crisp into the top corner. Bruins are cooking here. Oh, that just escaped Brad Marchand. We'll try again. Back up the boards. I'm trying to really kick it. We got to get help from a teammate. It'll be Pacioretty. This is Marchand in the middle for Duchesne. 1 move. Cut back. Tried to force it to Marchand. McQuaid on the spot for Boston on D. This will become a 2-on-1 if we're not. There it is. Lipsberg shoots in at safe blocker side by Carey Price. The puck was out to center. It's brought back in by Jordan Caron, who just had the big blast from the blue line. Poke check free of Caron. And LeBlanc should escape that pressure. Ming with one move. LeBlanc a second move. Lost the handle. How many times are my team going to lose the handle on the puck when they're doing a move inside the blue line? Murphy to the weak side boards. Weston under pressure. You're going to have to avoid that forecheck. There it is. We'll kick it to Ming. I'm going wide with it. I'm going to puck shield. Look back to my point guy, Ryan Murphy. Make one move. That's good enough. Shoot. Shoot. Murphy. Finally, the puck is released. It was saved by Rask. Caron. He's had a good game. He's got confidence, and I'm not confident. He's got confidence enough to release that puck, but not hit the net with it. Again, the puck escapes Sukai Ming. We got to maintain pressure on Dougie Hamilton. We have done so. It's Ming. 1, 2, 3 moves. That one's shot wide. Chalmerson cut to the inside. Get to the interior. We cannot. I love it. A nicely played game with the Bruins right here. Them scoring that goal has made things far more interesting than it perhaps otherwise would be for the majority of this period. Up to Kamayev. Going to punch this wide. Yeah, what do you think about that cutback move? To Murnis, but I know that hurts. Sagan with the block. It's a partial break for Brassard. He's going to shoot. Saved in front of Price. It lays down in front. Lucic scores. Tie game. That's why you shoot on Price. A problem area for Price. Rebound control. I mean, it's not even so much rebound control. It's just a rebound in general. He should have had this one smothered. He did keep it in front of him, but it doesn't matter if no one can find. If you can't find it and your teammates can't get to it, and the Boston Bruins, they cash in on their second chance opportunity. It is a 4-4 game. They certainly have kept things interesting. Not going to go away so easily in this one. I would expect nothing less. This is a big-time Bruins-Habs matchup, and what are we doing defensively? Okay, protect the net. We're getting scored on in tight. 2 goals in a row. Victor Arvidsson welcomes himself to the show. Dump in, bouncing puck. I mean, I can't blame Subban. You can't blame Subban. He tried to retrieve the puck. It bounced over his hand. It bounced over his stick. It should have never ended up in the back of the net, no less. We are suddenly chasing the game. Just like that. That's your lucky shitty bounces. All right, well, let's go create a shitty bounce of our own here. Come on, Kohlberg. Inside the feet of McQuaid. Shoot. Yep, rebound Holland. Keep going at it. Keep poking at it. We have got to do much of the same thing to them that they've done to us. Kohlberg, he's really twisted it on. He's got a game going here. He really does have a game building. Up to, no, why did you go to the point? I had a guy right in the slot area that was wide open. Jens Weston. Holland coming back through. Thank you for cleaning up the rebound there, Ryan Murphy. Kohlberg goes again. Kohlberg off the zone entry. Shoots, fires, 5-hole, saved by Rask. I gotta get a top group on the ice. I gotta get a top 6 group of bodies on the ice. What are we gonna get a replay of? Kohlberg's? Nope, we're gonna get Price. I do want to see what this is. There's no way Hanowski should have made that many guys miss, and it was nicely cleaned up, like I mentioned, by Ryan Murphy. We got the first line, first D pair on the ice. Damon Severson be ready to take a one-timer. He was ready to shoot it, but he just, oh man, pressure up the boards, pressure up the wall. Stay on there, Marchand. We could have kept the puck in. Could have kept the puck in there. Oh no. Oh, we're coming unglued right here. I know it was Marchand. No, it was Duchesne. Duchesne for charging. Second time in the game. AI controlled player, by the way. Not me. I had nothing to do with this penalty. It's the same thing. I don't know exactly. I mean, I know what charging is. I just don't know. I don't agree that that's a charge. I don't think he skated for that from that far away with that many strides. That's my disagreement for the evening. Marchand. Okay, I wasn't intent on going to LeBlanc here, but we'll take it. All right, pull away. Shoot. I mean, you can have your money's worth for blocking that shot. It's a PK Subban rip, and I want more of that from PK in this game. What a move. Oh, my God. They're carving us up. I've seen pumpkins that look better on Halloween. LeBlanc trying to make his own moves. Remember that this is about killing a penalty, but yeah, we kind of need to start pushing the gas pedal a little bit here. Shorthanded. Get out of this, Dumoulin. Oh my goodness. And defense on that sequence was just non-existent. We're going to be in for a long series if this is how we're going to play the Boston Bruins. Okay, what are we doing? Weak side lock. Let's go 1-2-2 aggressive and see how the Bruins respond to an aggressive forecheck. And everyone just start going crash the net. Duchesne honestly freaking pisses me off with that penalty. It really pisses me off that he took that penalty. That was a costly one. We're trying to get back in the game. I can't believe we've blown this game. Boston's blown this game wide open for themselves. We need to get a power play. We need to get an even strength goal. We need a couple of things to go for us. And Carey Price just, in general, also needed to be better in this game. There's a whole lot of blame to go on everyone wearing a Habs sweater in this game this evening. Up to Kamayev. It's just going to be pump fake, shoot. And, of course, it gets blocked. The game's going to turn that way for the rest of this one. We could goon it up, but, I mean, I don't know if this is a squad that you want to go goon mode against. We have no defense right now. Everyone's all out of position. Icing, and, I mean, no point chasing it down. It's just, you can forget about this game. You can just dunk this game in the trash can. It's over. Flush it down the damn toilet. They got this game locked, sealed, and shut. I mean, they've taken over a game. I need that fight now. Murphy, get in the fight. Get in the fight. Get in the fight. Slash someone. Slash the crap out of them. Yeah. Get good and pissed off. We need to bring some energy into game 2. We have got to win game 2. There's no excuses. We need a win in game 2. I mean, I've resigned myself to that we're losing this game. God. We can't even get out of our own damn end. Let's go, Monahan. Pump fake. Yep. If Rask is seeing it, he's probably saving it for the rest of the game, but it's time to try something. Puck's on net all the rest of the evening. However much time's left in the game, you shoot the puck. I don't like that my defensemen step so... Look how far back they are. And now Subban. Nice poke check. That was Subban's poke check. Up to Pacioretty. I do have a one-timer. I'm going to take it. Of course. Shoot. Big rebound. Drop behind for Severson, who skates into... Of course, it's over the head of Pacioretty. This game's starting to piss me off. We took a penalty in the background. That's all you need to know. It was a stick infraction. I mean, we're going to have to pull the goaltender at some point soon. What a courageous block by Duchesne. Take it, Marshy. He's slow. Unfortunately, he's gassed. Yeah, there's just no speed or energy from Brad Marchand. This whole team has no speed, no energy, no ability against this Boston team. I mean, I guarantee you they have heavily outshot us in this game. Price has seen way too much action. Keep skating, PK. Oh my God, we're getting out-skated, outplayed. Skate. PK's gonna piss me off. He's not skating at all. Everyone's tired for my team. We're just gassed. And I can't pull the goaltender. I mean, it really wouldn't matter anyway. Oh, now you decide to step up and make a big play there, PK. Forget about this game. Unreal. Should have probably just called my timeout there, but I didn't. Missed the net. I mean, I can't believe we didn't score on our own goal there. I hope I got a teammate up there. Who cares? Icing, right? Oh, that's right. We're killing a penalty, so never mind. I want a piece of some action. I do. You couldn't even hit the empty net, you bum! You couldn't even hit the empty net. You had 2 chances. You couldn't hit the empty net, you bum. Bum squad. We're just going to take our L. Just take our L. We dropped game 1, but it's just one game. We will be back with a fury in game 2.